So welcome everyone. Today is going to be a quick little update, and I'm going to build a welding I'm gonna weld a bracket for the Cybergate. So for everyone who don't know what we're trying to do, we are trying to build this assembly that you see right here. And yesterday we actually made a successful drop test with all 8 marble tracks. So I'm gonna just show you that again by dropping 8 marbles from this Cybergate if you missed it yesterday, and then I'm gonna pick it apart and make some welding brackets. So if you check down here, we have 8 channels, and that was channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4, channel 5, 6, 7, 8. They all work today as well.
Wonderful. Right where we left off.
Right where
Nothing has happened overnight.
Nothing has happened overnight, and I'm going to show one extra time these side channels where I'm more visual. By the way, welcome to Hannes 2000. He's back.
Thank you. Fully charged. And welcome to everybody in the chat, both on YouTube and on the Discord live stream chat.
So there we go. It works. So nice. I am going to try to be quick and efficient today. I always have that ambition in the beginning of the stream, but today it's extra important because I really want to get this holding bracket done pretty fast. So hopefully this will be an efficient building session today.
So, I will try not to derail you too much.
Right. You always keep me on the rails, Hannes Twitter. You never derailed me so far, a single time.
Good morning, everyone. Just joining. At least it's lunch for me and Martin now in both Sweden and France. It's 1 o'clock here. Welcome everyone joining. Louise Late, hey from Portugal.
Oh, nice.
And Joey Triviani, hi from Norge. So we have Norwegian joining in as well.
Portugal, known for having as nice football fans as Ireland, no? Isn't it Ireland and Portugal has the best football fans?
I don't know. I'm not in the football loop, sadly. Ask me about hockey and I can oblige.
Okay. So what I'm doing now is that I'm going to disassemble some parts, and I'm going to start to do some simple welding. So this plywood part holds the PMMA pipes, and under here we have more screws that actually holds the the improvised solution to keep the marbles in that we did late last night. We streamed until 2 in the night. And we both lost it, basically. I feel fresher today. That's nice. So I'm going to do some welding on this back plate right here. And so far this plate is only held by a pressure fit. So this was the part that I fixed my own mistakes with yesterday in the stream. So let's put that aside, and then we can just push this off because this is just a press fit now, like this.
Nice.
And cooking show style, we have prepared some stuff before the stream. I'll try to get you in close here.
Aha, ta-da!
There we go.
And Mandracool wants to know how we are today. At least I am doing fantastic. I had some nice sleep and I'm fully energized. How are you, Martin?
I am super happy to be building. Always surprised that it takes 5 days to put half of this thing together. 5 hard working days to put half of this thing together. But apart from that, I'm really excited to get some stuff done today. So this morning I designed this holding bracket. So I'm gonna weld this part on. And deliberately I didn't design this in CAD because I wanted to kind of see what kind of bracket I needed. I knew I could make one by hand. So the idea is to weld this on here and then have another part going on like that. And then I'm very happy because I figured out that I can use 4 M4 bolts and I can use washers in between. So I will actually be able to angle in 2 directions the whole assembly by removing and adding washers between these. So let's say I have 2 washers here and 1 there. I will have a really nice angle. So it's a simple bracket but with some functionality. And the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to cut 4 M8 threads here. I thought it was a little fun to cut some threads live because we are well known from Wintergatan YouTube channel to break taps. So let's see if we can avoid that. So yeah, now super happy to have your company today again in the stream. Everyone who's joining.
Nothing else I would rather do than being here with you for some fredagsmys.
Yes.
This is we want to give a quick update before the weekend and wish everybody a nice weekend with a little stream here today, a shorter one. We just felt we need to keep it going and go for the 5 days in a row.
I'm gonna cut these threads before welding. And then maybe recut them a little bit after welding if the metal has deformed itself.
So those wondering, this is the brackets that goes on the Cybergates which will then go onto the machine. So this is crucial for attaching it to the machine itself.
Exactly, spot on. So we're getting closer to actually play marbles on the Cyberbass and figure out where it goes. Very close to that point, and that's going to be super fun. I'm putting a towel under here because I'm going to use some oil for the thread cutting. See if we can get a close up of this, maybe. So I prepared the holes and I'm going to cut 4 M4 threads. And this usually took longer time before I knew how to do it. But now I feel pretty confident on how to cut these threads.
A lot of people joining from Australia.
Oh, nice.
So welcome to you. Yesterday was full of Swedes here. Today it seems like a lot of Australians. And from the Philippines. People joining from everywhere. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
So nice to have you here, hanging out with us this Friday.
So trying to start the tap a little bit straight. And then we should be good to go. Tapping is actually really fun until you break the tap. So I'm gonna tap these 4 holes, then I'm gonna start the welding. And hopefully I have all the parts prepared, so things should go together pretty fast.
Max H is saying hello from underneath the Dom Tower. Is that the Dom Toren?
Oh, cool.
In Utrecht?
That's Utrecht. Shout out to Utrecht. That's the tower. There's a video where that clock tower is playing the Marble Machine song. Actually quite unforgettable moment walking on the streets in a city and hearing the air of the whole city being filled by the clock tower playing live the Marble Machine song, because Magnosia is sitting there and playing live. It's not, it was not programmed. They have a programming wheel as well, so they have both manual input and programming wheel input. I do have some issues with how those clock towers sound though. It's an acquired taste, because if I understand it correctly, every tone in a bell like that has a major third. So every tone has an overtone that sounds like a happy major chord, like a happy song, which means that when you play something in minor, it sounds happy and sad at the same time. It's very confusing. So we're done with the first thread of 4. 1 down, 3 to go. Should we try to make an ultra close-up on the next one, Hannes?
Oh, I will. You better believe it.
I'll take a little.
Here we go. Tap away, mister.
Do we have this one plus our... No, we don't have... We have you. Yeah, let's do this.
I have some Wilsons present here, watching over the tapping.
Oh, it's the Wilson cam.
And it's Pirate Wilson, so could be troubles incoming.
So, if there is anyone watching this stream who wants to learn how to tap threads in metal, I always go on about my mistakes that I did early on. And one of the best tips is to use a countersink to countersink both sides. So both the far side and the start of your thread. Because that gives you... Often I broke the tap when the tap's just breaking through the metal and coming through to the other side. And there's some burr that catches the tap and adds a lot of strain. When you countersink both sides of the hole, it's much safer. It's easier to start and it's easier to cut through the opening. And then the other thing that I learned, always add oil. Keep it wet. And if you're using laser cut metal, you have to remove the heat treated metal from the laser or plasma cut, because that adds like a super hard. You should not really tap immediately into laser or plasma cut holes. That was another thing I learned. I CAD'd the holes to the tapping size. So if you want to do threaded holes in a laser or plasma cut design, cut the holes smaller, drill them on the drill press, so you have clean, unheat treated metal, then tap your hole. That's my little, all the pain from all the broken taps. They are also impossible to get out, you know, they stick in the metal. It's not just that you lose the tool. Plus, I was using the drill, cordless drill a lot for tapping in the beginning, and that just adds some other issues. Let's try if we...
James Smith chimes in and says, "Cool tips." He thanks you.
Oh, thanks, James. Those stupid things that you have to like learn from painful mistakes.
Let's go a little bit wider.
Oh, nice. Nice one. So let's just see how we're doing, if we're doing correct taps. That looks mighty fine.
And Microsoft, guys, can you pronounce your names in your native Swedish? And I can do that. And I am Hannes, and the other one you're watching here is Martin. There you go. You're welcome.
2 down, 2 to go. Oh, I lost my track. There we go.
And people are wondering if this is finally the day they get to find out what CyberWings are. And we'll see if we get there today. Otherwise, there will be a cliffhanger for the next one. We're gonna get there.
CyberWings is the guiding plates that sits on the Cyberbase over here, over on the machine, I mean, that guides the marbles to hit the strings correctly. And I need to do some modifications to the existing one to make the Cyberbase work before. Because I want the CyberWings to guide the marbles correctly to hit the strings before I position the Cybergate. I also think with tapping, actually, I have like sheep tap wrench handle. I think with tapping, it's also like, of course, experience, but I think it's also a little bit equipment. The cheapest taps and the cheapest tap handle might actually help you make some mistakes. I think it's a little bit of a equipment thing as well. Good equipment, good tools, I think will make it better, make it easier. I know anyway when I changed types of taps that I stopped. Like I went from one type to another type, and from that moment on, I never had any issues, kind of.
Mm. And Jack Quack is saying here, already on step 8 out of 15, make insanely good time. And that is the kind of positivity we need here on this stream. Thank you, Jack, for looking at on the bright side.
Yeah, thank you. It's that's really nice. It's always ridiculous, and that's little extra point with live streaming this is to give kind of an insight of how the last years have been spent in this studio. Like the videos are so compressed. It's really the cooking show thing. Like in a cooking show, you never see anyone like taking the car to the grocery to buy the ingredients, paying the parking meter to pay for the parking outside the store to buy the ingredients.
Yeah.
Calling the bank because the bank card does not work to pay the parking, to park the car outside the grocery store to pay to buy the groceries, etc., etc. Paying the car insurance, you know, you can see where I'm going with this. And in these slow TV streams, we are treating you to all the glorious tediousness. There's the fourth one.
Chat is saying, the CEO of YouTube called, they are running out of servers to store all these hours and hours of video. We're going at it hard this week. It's been so much fun.
Super fun. Let's try these. If you're a real pro, you blow your threads clean with an air pressure pistol before you put any fasteners into them. But I have my air pressure pistol downstairs, so...
No time for that.
Okay, my friends, that was 4 live threads executed perfectly.
Oh, looking nice.
It's mild steel, so, and it's M8. It's easier. It's easier when it's like bigger size. Yeah. So let's remove these and get ready for welding.
I have a nice comment here from Batsify. Hi, longtime fan / Patreon from the beginning. Thank you for the years of entertainment. Keep up the awesome work. Slay the dragon.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for being Patreon. And thank you for believing in this crazy idea for so long time. I'm not giving up until I walk out of that stage on the World Tour premiere. That's a promise. So I'm having more and more fun. That's actually like a little strange thing. I'm having more and more fun with the building. Like the engineering side of this project is just getting more and more fun. Just maybe also a little bit of a risk because that also makes me want to like improve things forever. Anyway,
Yeah.
We've done the threads. Now I can start with this backing plate. And the first thing is to weld on a little thing at the end. This should be a very simple weld. Actually.
I'll just remind people what we're doing. We're assembling everything for the Cyberloop. And what Martin is doing, the Cyberloop, the Cybergate, I mean. And what Martin is doing right now is attaching the backplate so the gate can go onto the machine itself.
Spot on. So thinking how to fixture this. Maybe something like that. I want to give you a better angle of this. Let's see.
And Martin Panu wants to know, Hannes 2000's voice is so soothing. Where did you buy him? LOL.
Hannes 2000 is like this very rare collectible inside a game that you only get if you do all the side quests in the epic Marble Machine X RPG.
Achievement unlocked, Hannes 2000.
Yes, achievement unlocked. So he's actually priceless. There's actually no price.
And a limited edition.
So sometimes I can add the ground clamp to also hold. So I'm going to commit a welding heresy. I'm going to weld mild steel to stainless steel. And this is a big debate, or maybe it's not a big debate. You have to understand that there are issues. You wouldn't want to do this on a space project. Normally you wouldn't want to do it on any project. And due to series of events, I'm doing it now. But I've heard from multiple people that welding mild steel to stainless steel is not like the impeding catastrophe that it's sometimes made out to be. So I'll take my chances, just like we did with the galvanic corrosion.
Taking chances is the bread and butter of this channel, right?
Yes. Let me get a better angle so you see what's going on here. So you see the light silvery metal underneath here, that's stainless, and I'm adding this big thing on here, that's mild steel. Let's turn the welder on.
Get your helmet.
Yep. And yesterday we debated if I should weld this back plate onto the gate at all. And today I've decided that I will weld it on. So that's going to be kind of intense, but hopefully work great. Argon is flowing, hype is flowing.
Oh yes.
What else could we wish for?
I am prepared as well, so I don't hurt my eyes anymore.
Good. Brilliant.
I know the chat gets worried every time. I listened. And now I'm safe. Thank you.
I'm switching to a long sleeved sweater because TIG welding gives out UV light. So you're not supposed to show bare skin for the light from the TIG gun.
Yeah.
Real welders get sunburned. Hannes 2000, can I borrow one of your hands?
Oh yes. Only if you return it. You forgot to return the marker yesterday, but
I'm so sorry.
I have
need
faith
it.
in you this day.
Thank you. That's very kind. Okay, so we need... this is very professional. I use the oil stick as filler rod.
Yep.
That's...
Brilliant, yes.
Yeah, I am committing so many sins. Committing sins in fast succession here. Some welds are easier than others, and I think this one belongs to the easy category. Okay, do we have it in the close cam?
Oh, if we do.
So I need to turn the lights away because my helmet is reacting to the lights.
Could there be issues with the silicone melting in this part?
No, it's so far away from the welding.
Yep.
Okay, I need to put the lights off in the ceiling because my welding helmet is reacting to the lights. Okay, sensitivity. Just try my helmet. I need it a little bit more sensitive. That's good setting. Okay, here we go. Should I go ISO auto maybe, Hannes, or is it good like this?
I think this is good for the welding.
Okay, cool.
We see enough. It's kind of moody also. Love it.
Just want to add a tap on both sides here. Looks pretty good. Setting is good.
Here we go.
Adding a tap on the other side. Tab, I mean. Tack, I mean. Now I don't need this clamp anymore. Oh, it's very dark though.
Looks good when you're welding.
Okay, but if I go to auto, it's probably gonna be good in both. So I'm gonna do some tacks. And then I'm gonna do a full bead. Just some tacks on the inside, you won't see this. Okay, so I think I can have a chance to make a little bit of a nice weld here now. If we're lucky. If we are lucky. How can I get this in a nice angle? Oh, I'm gonna run down and get my welding holding vise. Hold the fort, Hannes, 2000.
Oh, yes, I will. So, how everyone doing today? We're having a good Friday so far. And all the people are commenting about the bare necessities me and Martin sang yesterday in Swedish. I don't think we're gonna do any more of that today, not in different languages. We don't know any other languages. Oh, good. Reminder of hydration. I will do my part at least. Oh, it's so warm in Sweden today. Oh man. I hear him in the stairs, and here he comes.
I love this little drill press vise for fixing welding fixtures. You can really kind of find the angle you want. If it fits. No. Fail. Let's do it this way. No. Here we go. Okay, see if we can get like a big zoom in on this one, Hannes.
Yes.
Oh, but that's nice. Some arm support. And we should be able to make something that looks like a welding bead on this one. I have a lot of stick out. Let's reduce that a little bit. Okay, I'm going to try to direct more heat into the thick material. So I'm going to stay like on the thick side and avoid like melting the thinner stainless plate completely. 3 millimeters, 4 millimeters meets 10 millimeters thickness. Here we go. False start. Trying to keep the filler rod inside the argon shield, something I learned on YouTube. Otherwise, if you pull the melted filler rod outside the argon shield, the oxygen gets to it. And then you pull oxygen into your weld, and that's the whole purpose of the argon, to avoid having oxygen in the weld. And then finishing off to the side to avoid a fisheye.
Nice.
That's pretty okay, actually.
That's brilliant.
For a live weld. And see if I can capture the coins.
Really good.
You see the coins?
Yes. Brilliant.
So let's weld the other side of this.
Dan Garcia, that may be the nicest weld we've seen from Martin.
Oh, nice. Silicone is still happy. I could, of course, take the silicone off before welding. Maybe I should do that. Or I just replace it later. It looks a little bit brown. Silicone is very heat resistant. So now I'm going to do what's usually the easiest, like a V-groove weld like this. There's several reasons why this is a little bit easy, because you have like a perfect two walls to make a fillet between, and also the argon is kind of shielded into the V-groove, so it's easier with argon. I should probably not talk about welding at all while I'm welding mild steel to stainless. Like,
That Dinny McGarrigan, that's a pretty nice weld, especially on a live YouTube video from a composer. You're doing great.
Oh, that's so nice. I love hearing these positive things.
Yeah, and I have a threat for you here as well. From David Cornish. Martin, if you ever try to give up on the mold machine, I will find you and gently whisper words of encouragement into your ears until you change your mind.
That is nice. Oh, do you know what I was going to do? I was going over to the camera to hit record. That's how.
Oh, it's Friday.
That's
You're
Friday.
forgiven.
Okay, so let's make another coin weld. And now I have to be very careful. I don't want to distort this whole plate. So again, I'm going to try to aim the heat into the thick material. And just have kind of the fillet going up a little bit against this stainless plate.
Before you start, Martin.
Yep.
Could you just angle your shotgun mic a little bit towards you?
Oh yeah, they're angled towards you. Well done. Someone heard that?
Yeah, you were a little bit off center there, but now you should be.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you.
Sometimes I think maybe we should broadcast in mono, because then we're both just in the middle. But we lose a little bit of the room vibe. Okay, here we go. You hear those nice cracklings?
Mm.
I'm a little bit far away for full control.
Yes, great.
Two.
I'm gonna say, like Rude Raidmaker was saying, a weld worth membership, indeed the best weld for MMX. And if you're joining as new members, don't you worry, I will shout you out later in the stream.
So that's step one. That went well. And you see the silicone is still holding up. Typical me to not remove it. So now we're going to add, let's find a new setup here. Maybe we should back off a little bit now.
There we go.
I made some saw marks. So if you see these lines here on this metal piece, that's saw marks to remember how these holes were lined up. So now I know, you can see how they are lining up like that.
Yeah.
Because these holes are not CNC drilled, so I want them to be correct holes to the correct thing. So now I know this is the correct place. So this is what we need to shim up now. Ooh, almost. Actually, this works. Where do I add my clamp? Oh, that works. No. So the nice thing with this is that it doesn't matter if it's straight or not. It's better if it's straight, but it doesn't really matter. How can I do this? I'm burning myself on the previous piece. Okay. Oh, this is the correct height. So I'm going to put this on this, this on this. There we kind of go. This is better. I have to remind myself of the direction again. Like this.
Matthew Duggar, Tetris level is over 9,000.
Oh, I go crazy for Tetris actually. Such a fun game. I was never really good at it though. I'm just shimming the underside here until I think, oh, that looks really good. This piece is lying like perpendicular and flat. I'm going to try to get you in I will be obstructing this weld with my hand, but instead of spending the time in the stream moving the cameras, I want to try to spend the time making progress with the build. So please excuse.
Good priority.
You like that priority too? Please excuse any Okay, I'm going to do something a little bit sketchy that I never tried. I'm just gonna lay the ground clamp on here and hope the electric. I'm just laying it there and I hope that it's still conducing just for the 2 first taps.
Oof.
Well, it's not dangerous if you sap yourself. It's not really dangerous. But it's probably also not a recommended practice. Yeah, it works.
Yeah, nice. Hacking.
Yeah. Just for 2 quick taps. So this is like typical. You see this big gap that came up here now. All the welds are always pulling the metal in different directions. So I'm closing it with a clamp before making the second tack. Nice. And now, when I have the tacks, I can make a more simple working position and put the ground clamp on properly.
Nice.
Look at this.
Great.
We're getting there.
Yes, beautiful.
The reason I needed to add this L piece here in the middle is because I wanted to avoid I needed to give some place for the POM gears. Let's see if we can do a picturesque angle here. Oh, I feel happy today, Hannes.
I'm really happy as well.
Should I? I should probably actually add some tacks on the backside first. Otherwise, the weld will pull the metal only in one direction. So I kind of secure it on the backside first. It's so nice welding this big chunky stuff that doesn't care after welding small stuff. That was an ugly one. There we go. Where are we seeing this? Yeah. The whole part is fuming. Oh, something is happening. Oh, it smells so nice.
Ooh, yeah. You can smell it all the way here.
You smell it? This is way overheated. Like a professional welder would not want that much heat into the part. And I'm gonna over exaggerate by also welding the backside.
We are getting a little short on time here on our stream, Martin. Just a heads up for you.
Yep. We go half an hour more so I can get it onto the gate.
Okay.
I'll manage that. This is the last thing I need to do on this.
No stress. We're getting there.
Oh, my hand is falling off the table. Okay, that was the worst so far. Sometimes it makes these bubbles in the metal. I don't really know why. I call that the alien welds from the Alien movie scenography.
The H.R. Geiger welds.
Okay, so ending with some ugliness, but this part is done.
Woo!
And now we're going to weld it onto the Cybergate. This part.
I can see for a while now.
Are you going back to the...
Do you have any water up in your studio, Martin?
Yep.
I surely need some hydration over here.
I need to cool this part down, which you probably shouldn't, but I have to cool it down a little quicker than what's optimal, I guess. But I want to put it on the gate right now. So you keep the 4 tonners. I'll go cool this part down.
Okay, yes. I can remind people what we are doing here today. Martin is welding the bracket for the Cybergate. And as we remember, this is the Cybergate that will drop the marbles on the Cyberbase. And as you can hear, the beautiful melody in the background, this will be awesome. And we're really getting there. Martin has done a great job this week. And now we're on the home stretch here of getting it on the machine. Yeah, we're gonna do a shorter stream today. Because me and Martin have other obligations to take care of as well. We want to give you a stream today, but it's gonna be a short one. Let's make the most out of it, okay? And while we're just sitting here, I can give you a friendly, or just a reminder of what this channel is all about. So just take a look at this beautiful montage. And oh, there I am. This channel is more than just live welding, as most of you already know. Oh, there we have the clock escapement gate. And the early prototype of the Cybergate, the Pac-Man gate. And all of this is, of course, leading up to a new test where Martin will try 60,000 marbles, hopefully with 0 fails. We're all holding our breath for that. No marbles on the floor, hopefully. Sanada 34, are you going to do some testing today? I don't know if we're going to get so far. We will do our best. We're working as quick as we can. But we're going to do about 30 minutes more on this stream. Let's hope for some quality streaming during those 30 minutes. And I hear him in the stairs. He is back, everyone.
Yes.
Our favorite guy.
The most tedious. Ah, no, I shouldn't keep on saying the word tedious. It's cool because when you cool it down with water, that's another thing you shouldn't do. It turns black. I'm gonna change to auto ISO on the big camera as well.
Or you could turn on the lights again in the studio.
No, because I need to weld soon again.
Ah, you're gonna weld again.
Yeah. So another thing you shouldn't do, cool your welds down with water. I tried to go a little slow. The metal wants to cool naturally by itself. But when you're in the middle of a live stream, you have to prioritize. So now we have the backside of the gate and we have the 4 threads we made here. And then this thing goes on the machine and it connects like that. So let's put this thing on the gate.
Yes.
That's gonna feel so nice because then we know that we are ready for assembly on the machine.
You hear that, people? We're getting there. It's gonna be a part of the machine soon.
I've been thinking a lot about like what to play first on the bass. I wanted to play Seinfeld, but then I realized they were probably like copyright.
Yeah.
Because it would just be so stupid to play Seinfeld.
That would be cool.
Can we go to the close?
Of course we can.
So now we're going to do this struggle again with getting this plate on. It's going to be, I'm a little bit nervous that I distorted the plate, but I don't think so. This looks massive, look Hannes.
Thing of true beauty. That part has seen some things.
So
We got a lot of play Yaya Ding Dong on the bass, of course. First thing.
That's actually a great idea. I'm gonna blast this a little bit. It looks so dark.
Shannon the Killis. Fun fact, the Seinfeld bass was actually played on a keyboard and was improvised for every episode.
Ah, that's why it sounds so clean and crisp. So I'm gonna try to give you a close-up of this. I had no clue about that.
No?
Seinfeld bass. So I learned if I start from the right here and just put one, try to kind of snap in one piece of metal at a time and finding what part it is that is in the way. Eventually I will get it. It's like whack-a-mole. Yes. Yes, come on. Oh, got it. So nice.
I have a question from Ben from Second Dynasty, our friend here.
Oh, nice.
Question, Martin, when are you going to attach a mechanical saxophone to the MMX? Yes, I said when, not if.
On Spilltalk Museum in the entrance, they have a mechanical saxophone. So, you just want
a fellow Midnight fan.
Yeah, he just wanted midnight solos. That would be awesome though. A retro wave song and then just like Okay, so this is kind of a scary but fun moment. Now I'm gonna weld this on forever. Any mistake now will be expensive. See where I can put the ground clamp. Okay, there. So I designed this to be weldable. I just want to zoom out to show everyone how intense this is.
Yeah, and everything is aligned. You don't forgot any spacers or anything now? Or heat shrink or
no.
silicone. Everything is where it should be?
Yep.
Oh, perfect.
So I will clean my tungsten. So I'm gonna take my tungsten stick out. Someone taught me you could grind both ends of the tungsten stick. I think it was Marius. And then when you have a dirty end, you can just turn it around. You don't have to go to your disc grinder.
People in the chat are suggesting that perhaps you should test now before welding so that the marbles are running through.
That's a very good idea. If I only had time. Actually, that doesn't cost so much time. I think I'm pretty confident nothing is... This plate being welded on should only help as long as I don't screw the welds up. Here's my glove. Okay, so I showed everything, and now I'm switching to silicone bronze TIG bracing. And I know I'm doing it a little hot, so it's not really bracing. I think I'm gonna start down in this one corner here. So I'm trying to get a close-up of that. So some are not aligning here, so I'm gonna start with this one down here that actually is aligned. And there's almost no strength needed in this weld. Maybe I'm actually gonna skip filler. Just first try. So I'm gonna go a little hotter. And just tack the plate and have the weld coming up a little bit on the thin little thing. Here we go, Hannes.
Yes.
Oh, that was very careful. Going to go one more. Nice, 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 nice. No filler rod, I'm just blending the surfaces. I'm happy with that. Let's do the friend down here. Haha.
Nice.
Okay, so let's try this little friend up here because that one looks to be in a very good position. So since there are so many, I don't need to do a lot of penetration. Oh, the heat shrink is dying. Okay. That's a little bit of an issue. Heat shrink is apparently not as heat resistant as the silicone tube, which makes me think I should maybe... Okay, let me stay away a little bit from the heat shrink then. Who would have guessed that heat shrink would melt with welding? Oh. Oh. That went wrong. There we go. Oh, we have silicone tube down here. Okay. There we go. So the silicone tube holds up really well. So I wanted to weld all these in the middle because they're not in the perfect position, but the heat shrink is getting a little hammered. Who could have guessed? So I'm thinking of maybe...
Could a wet towel help?
Maybe.
Keep the heat shrink cool?
But I also do not have to do all of them. So the reason I'm not super worried about that is because we found out other ways to replace the heat shrink after a metal bar has been sealed off. Looks great. A nice scent of warm silicone tube is spreading in the room.
Mm.
One of my favorite smells. Okay, no catastrophe so far. Very happy for that. So there's only one issue. I'm gonna show everyone on camera close up. So if you can see here, this thing can be more to the right, and this thing can be more to the right. And the marbles are running better when these are in place. And I wanted to weld them in place, but I welded one of these, and that heat shrink melted, so I have to repair that with electric tape. I want to save all the other heat shrink. No heat shrink on these, so I only damaged 1 centimeter of an end of a heat shrink. So I think I will hold off now, not weld this and destroy all the heat shrink, and either just... I mean, the easiest thing is to just push a spacer in here. Glue like a spacer in here. That keeps them like that. So, welding is done. Let's add the other part of the bracket. Now we can put the lamps on us. 2000.
Yes.
So light situation is back to normal. Okay. I'm so happy that the welding is actually over. and that we have a bracket. I am planning to add at later stage. I'm not going to do it in this stream. Here's another weld point, a kind of diagonal, so we're not hanging the whole gate only from like behind, so it hangs and dangles. Also gonna support it here, and we also have this little piece. Let's show that in the close-up.
Yes.
So we have this.
Oh, that's bright.
That's bright. Let's maybe go to some normal. So we have this little piece that is going back down here. Snaps into place super nicely there to keep the distance between all the marble lanes. So that's a little bit extra that I'm gonna do at another time. But for now, let's add this. So when I put this on the machine, I'm gonna start with like some washers in between, which means that I will be able to adjust in both directions. So if I start without washers, I can only add spacers. I can only add space. But I brought 12 washers. So by adding washers already from the beginning, we know that I can also both add washers, add distance, and remove distance. If that makes sense.
Of course.
Now this camera went. So, here you can see. This goes on there. I made these holes 8.5, so they're a little bit oversized. Okay, these bolts are a little short. I'll change them later. So what's really nice with this solution is that I don't have to weld the bracket to the Cybergate. How can I capture this washer? Check this trick. Hex key from behind. So the washer is
trade secrets.
That's worked really, really nice actually. So keep the washer with this tool until the bolt comes and catches it. So now when we add this to the machine, we're welding only to this part. This looks legit, doesn't it, Hannes?
Yeah. Perfect. Getting there.
Can I hold this? Yeah. But as I said, let's try. No, that's actually very stable. Probably it's enough holding it only from the back, but I probably want to add a little connection from this weld point that I planned back to this as well. That's just gonna add a little bit of extra strength. So let's now put back the PMMA intro. Maybe we should test it again to finish up. Is that a good idea? Hannes, what do you think? Can I borrow a marker from you?
Do we have any markers left?
Yeah, one left.
Okay, that's the last one.
So now when I made a weld bead in here, and this plywood part has a 90-degree sharp corner. I think, yes, I need to just remove this edge on the disc sander to make some space for this weld bead. So hold the fort and I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm right back at it. How are you guys doing? You want to see the French weather today? Because like yesterday, I have a weather report. Oh, wow. Looks like it's the exact same weather as yesterday. Well, that's one of the benefits of living in France, I guess. Stable weather all the time. Let's go to the montage again and listen to it, this time with some nice music on, so you guys can enjoy what this channel is all about. There we go. Listen and look at that. Ain't that beautiful? Right back. Martin is downstairs sanding the plywood. Gonna be a fast fix, I think. Fun time is over.
Oh, you put
there he is, everyone.
You put the full montage.
Oh yeah,
cool.
People got some nice intermission music here.
Cool.
We have a couple of minutes left, Martin.
Yep.
Don't want to stress you.
No. I'll make this in time. So let's head over to the close. We can see what I'm doing. Adding back this thing now. I cut away the back corner. Looks like it's fits in place. Oh yeah, I forgot the top one. So this part has to go on first. It fits up here, like so.
I see in the chat now people are on to me. They are not suspecting that the weather report is live, actually. I don't know what I mean. I was just perplexed that the weather was exactly the same as yesterday. Weather is consistent in France.
And then the real fun fact is that it looks like that's 330 days per year.
So yeah. Oh yeah, it is live, especially the nighttime time lapse in there.
It's live in spirit.
Yes.
Okay, we got that in, and here is the little. I grinded this material away for the weld bead. So what I love with these live streams to share this with you all is like to show actually for every little part that goes to the machine, there's a bracket that needs to hold it. That bracket needs to be designed, it needs to be welded, it needs to be thought out. And like in the marble test videos, I didn't show the brackets for the other stuff. And it's fun to show you the brackets. Like so. And then this PMMA pipe has a press fit, so the pipes hold each other in. So it has a perfect, they just stay in by themselves like this. And I thought it was fun. I took my magic arm. If we go to the main camera, I wanted to end by setting a kind of a floating view of the gate. How can I do this? Maybe like this. No. This maybe doesn't work. Let's try this. No. Maybe this does not work, Hannes. I couldn't.
The idea was brilliant.
It's like when you make a good pass in football. Good thinking. Maybe on device. They're called magic. They're not called magic arms for nothing, you know. Here we go.
A comment from Olli Stedal. One of the things that the Wintergatan might be productive, over here productivity has plummeted thanks to these live streams, distracting me from what I meant to be doing. So happy you're joining us here.
Thank you. I feel your pain. But I'm happy. But my feelings are conflicted. So I wanted to try to hold the gate up more like floating in the air in the bracket we made today. Let's see if we can do that for a last drop test. There we go.
And while you're setting all of this up, I want to take a moment to just say thank you to all the wonderful people who are supporting this amazing and sometimes crazy journey. All the patrons and the YouTube members. And today I want to say welcome to Rud Raidmaker, Jap Elst, Tyler Stramp, Eric Wagner, and Demono 10,000. Thank you for joining today, and thanks to everyone out there supporting. Thanks to all of you who are watching this live with us and submitting your questions and your general positivity. You are heroes.
Yes, well said. So those were all new YouTube members.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you everyone so much. So this is my floating look. Let me fix the focus. And the point is, what I wanted to show with this is that now this gate is being held in the new bracket we just made in this stream. So let's load it with some marbles.
Perhaps focus a little bit.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, perhaps it's my screen. I'm watching this in 240p resolution.
Okay, so it was funny. In the stream yesterday, I was super tense because I felt like I didn't know if this whole design would work. And now I start to feel that we're actually, like, never in the machine's history have we been able to really play the bass. The bass were never, when I made the videos with the bass before, I had to manually add the marbles in. It was never connected to the marble divider. So I kind of feel that when the bass is playing in the next 60,000 marble test video that I'm planning, that's the official point where I'm further with the machine than I was a year ago before the big redesign.
Ooh.
So let's do a full pipe marble test. This poor magic arm is doing a pretty good job.
And I just want to add, people are wondering about the backers and the list and why it's not been updated since yesterday. It is quite difficult to get all the new names in. I need to do it manually and do a new render of it, and it takes a lot of time. So we usually update it about once a month with all the new names. So it will be coming up. It will be updated. Thanks for your patience on that.
We should add a little note in the render of how often it's updated.
Yeah.
Maybe we have that, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a small text, small disclaimer.
Oh,
here we go.
Yes, here we go. I actually don't mind this plywood piece anymore on the top. I think it looks pretty nice. So, front channel. Can I just ask you to open your ears and listen how silent this gate is? The only sound, I'm so happy for this, because I made this design so much harder by making it silent acoustically. The only thing I hear is the marbles in the pipe. I don't hear here, there's only silicone. I have actually goosebumps. You hear that sound, Hannes?
Yes. Thing of beauty.
And then we go the back channel, which is activated from the top. Perfect. Same time. Machine gun from the back. So I noticed I made a video with my phone that I posted on Discord when the hi-hat was playing. The clock escapement gates are 10 times more silent than the earlier gates, because you could actually hear the hi-hat in the phone recording. So not only when the machine is recorded in the studio.
People are applauding you in the chat. This is amazing.
I love the silence. See if we can empty the underside. Yes, there we go.
There we go.
So
supreme victory. And speaking of victory, I don't want to forget, we have Lucas Joes who just joined as a member. Q, shout out to him.
Reloading. Thank you, Lucas. Reloading sounds. Yeah, I love how this sounds. I'm ecstatic of how little this sounds. This will not be an issue at all. It will be lower than all the other instruments. And we finally have the bracket on. So next stream, I'm going to start to put this on the Marmachine X behind me, put it on the Cyberbass. So gonna end it right here. It was a short and sweet one. We got the job done. And thank you so much to everyone joining us on these streams, having so much fun with my friend Hannes 2000. I'm gonna focus in on you. And we're truly honored to have your beautiful company, and we wish you a fantastic day. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Take care.